Gun, 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 gun!
Five officers shot at Allen several times. They tried helping him with first aid after the shooting, but he died. Officers found the gun on the floor of the car.
Hey, what's going on with the baby?
A Michigan family called for help after their 3-week-old baby stopped breathing. The infant was choking, and Officer Cameron Masajewski arrived just in time. He started performing back blows as the child's mother was panicking.
Yes, there you go. Okay. He's crying. Okay? He's crying. Hey, it's okay, he's crying.
When the baby started crying, they knew everything was going to be all right. Despite the chaotic scene, this cop kept his cool.
I attribute all that to all the training that I've received. If I start freaking out or if I can't handle myself or maintain my cool, then that just escalates everything for the family.
A white police officer was seen kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck as he was pinned to the ground. He repeatedly cried, "I can't breathe." He was held down for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. After 6 minutes, he stopped moving.
She is dead.
Body cam video shows the cop, Daniel Orderer.
Yeah, just write a check. Yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
What do we want? Justice!
Last night, protesters called for the laughing cop to be fired.
The victim and her family, that they're going to see and hear this video of them talking about their loved one like she's a piece of trash. What kind of person could laugh about somebody being hit and put a dollar amount on their life?
What do we want? Justice!
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been charged by the Hennepin County Attorney's Office with murder and with manslaughter.
I understand the hurt, I understand the pain. People have really been through a lot. The family of George is entitled to justice, and the people of Minnesota are entitled to live in safety.
Days of protests across the United States in the wake of the deaths of numerous Black Americans in police custody over the past few years have drawn new attention to questions about the attitudes of police officers towards Black Americans, protesters, and others. In turn, the public's views about the police are also in the spotlight. Janavi Kandula harbored hopes of graduating from an American college after her mother took on substantial debt to send her from her home in southern India to Seattle to pursue a master's degree in information systems at Northeastern University.
Last night, protesters called for the laughing cop to be fired.
She was a brilliant student with a promising future, her family said in a statement to Time. But in January, the 23-year-old student, with a radiant smile and bubbly personality, was tragically struck on a marked crosswalk by a reportedly speeding police car. But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Truth But Twisted, and press the bell icon for such interesting information and facts. And if you like it, please like and share it.
I came just like her, on student visa, that young, and I walked to work. It could have been me.
8 months on, Kandula's death has snowballed into a diplomatic incident, with Indian officials expressing concern after disturbing body cam footage from the Seattle Police Department was released and went viral on social media in recent days. It appears to show the vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, Daniel Orderer, laughing about the incident and saying Kandula had limited value. The incident has also stirred outrage amongst members of the Indian American community, as well as India, many of whom continue to express outrage.
Each one of them, and I'm going to go to City Hall and I'm going to protest outside.
Indian and South Asian community member.
In Seattle, community groups also took to the streets on Thursday. Otterer's reaction to Kandula's death has raised questions over how the police may devalue people of color, immigrants, and women. The officers' comments indicate they think they're invincible. They think they can keep getting away with this forever. SAARPR told Time in a statement.
Town of South Hill.
Oh, yeah.
There's a police officer.
You like Mickey Mouse? Guess who mine is? Moana.
Who's making a name for himself.
What can I say except you're welcome? Like that. Ah!
Though it's not through his singing.
He just gets a swarm of kids. And we got to pick pumpkins.
You got to pick pumpkins?
It's through his interaction with children in the community.
It's just amazing the bond that he has with the children, especially around here.
On Valentine's Day, Aisha Roper-Boswell caught Corporal Fleming on camera playing.
It was a set of boys that were coloring, and there was a set of girls that were playing with some dolls and their accessories.
After spending a few minutes with each group, Fleming leaves. Aisha uploads a short video online that goes viral, but it's the playing that's paying off.
My daughter, my niece, and some of the other children here were afraid of cops.
But after this,
it's very important to see the connection he has, especially with these group of kids that I see every day. They need someone who they can feel is a superhero, and we locally call him the South Hill Batman.
Is anybody in there? Who's in there? Who's in there?
When a police officer came upon an overturned car on fire with the driver inside, he knew he had to act quickly. Officer Feng Lai's body camera captured the whole scary encounter in Davis, California.
Come out this way, ma'am. Ma'am, come out this way.
When he sees the woman, he calls for her to get out.
Get out right now. Hurry. Get out.
When Lai was able to get a hold of her, he grabbed the woman by her wrists and dragged her to safety. No one was seriously injured.
Fort Worth, Texas tonight, a police officer has been put on restricted duty after a confrontation with a woman who had called him for help. Here's Manuel Bajorquez.
My son is 7 years old. You don't have the right to grab him, choke him behind no paper that he threw.
Why did your son not deliver?
I didn't. He can't prove to.
Evil and racist cops have always been around, going around abusing their power on minority groups.
He saw this and he wanted to make a problem. I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're going to check it.
Majorities of both black and white Americans say black people are treated less fairly than whites in dealing with the police and by the criminal justice system as a whole. In a 2019 Center survey, 84% of black adults said that, in dealing with police, blacks are generally treated less fairly than whites. 63% of whites said the same. Similarly, 87% of blacks and 61% of whites said the U.S. criminal justice system treats black people less fairly. In the past, police officers and the general public have viewed fatal encounters between black people and police very differently. In a survey of nearly 8,000 policemen and women from 2018 to 2022, 2/3 said most such encounters are isolated incidents and not indicative of broader problems between police and the black community. In a collaborative survey of more than 4,500 American adults, 60% of the public said such incidents were indicative of broader problems between police and black people. But views by police themselves varied greatly by race. Most black officers said such incidents were evidence of a broader problem, but only 27% of white officers and 26% of Hispanic officers said the same. The police killing of George Floyd in May 2020, followed by protests in the US and around the world, marks the sharpening of the UN's focus on racial justice in the US. A year after Floyd's death, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, expressed condolences. Insufficient steps taken in America to stop the killing of people of African descent. It never stops. Killings by U.S. police reach record high in 2022. Law enforcement killed at least 1,176 people, or about 100 people a month last year, making it the deadliest for police violence. U.S. law enforcement killed at least 1,176 people in 2022, making it the deadliest year on record for police violence since 2013, when experts first started tracking the killings nationwide. a new data analysis reveals. Police across the country killed an average of more than 3 people a day, or nearly 100 people every month last year, according to Mapping Police Violence.
What do you think about the cops situation in America?
The cop situation in America?
Yes.
I don't really, the cop situation, I think that it's like a brutal situation. I think it's brutal because how they treat us and stuff like that. Like with the calls, you call them, they never answer, or they take a long time to come.
Mm-hmm. And do you think do you want to add anything else? Do you think they have a lot of power? Do you think they are fair? Do you think?
I think it's a lot of racism, along with a lot of like it's not like justice, because they don't really look at two sides of the story. They just look at one side of the story, and they just go off and make their report, which I don't like that situation.
I do think that they have a bias towards black people. I think they're racist, and I think they treat them very wrong. But I don't think it's just them. I think Americans in general get mistreated by them. I feel like police have power trips, and I feel like they're just jerks in general.
Have you personally had any bad experiences, or are you just going with what you have seen on YouTube and other sources that you form this opinion?
I've actually had good and bad experiences, but I feel like lately it's gotten worse. Just attitudes right from the get-go if they pull you over. And even if you didn't do anything wrong, they're trying to prove that you did something wrong.
I'm torn half and half. I mean, I've never personally had to go through any like abuse or anything like that, but I've heard I see it on TV and stuff. So it's yeah, I'm not one to say defund the police, but I'm also, they need to, I don't know, be a little more, give them a little more eye on them, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of half and half on that one.
Got it. Do you feel that cops have enough power, or they abuse their power, or they don't abuse their power, or they try to do everything within what is being?
I think some abuse their power. Yeah, I mean, there's bad apples in every job. So yeah, I think some do.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like there are some that's good. I feel like some that's not bad. That's bad. Yeah, my brother-in-law was an ex-cop. And he worked for Inglewood of Chicago, but now he's not. So he's a good guy. But yeah, I think it varies.
Okay. And would you say that cops today they have a lot of power, or they have just enough power, they perform their duties properly, or do you think they misuse their powers?
Well, the bad ones, of course, misuse it, but the good ones don't.
Man, it's kind of up and down. I have like very close friends that are actually Chicago police officers, and then I've come across some of their co-workers who have been animals, savages, like ruthless, like what the news makes the people of color out to be. That's what the men in blue have been. But again, it's up and down with me. I mean, not all of them are that way. Not all cops are bad cops. They're people just like us. They have lives, and they're just out here trying to work. Not all of them are bad. So, I mean, I can't really say that I have a bitter resentment or like an angered heart towards them. But I'm not gonna say like, oh, that's my friend, Officer Friendly there.
I have generally unpleasant feelings about policing. I and a lot of people that I know have been singled out by police just because we act weird.
Okay. So you feel that the cops have a hidden agenda, or they have a bias because of the way you look or the way you act, and not because of the training given to them. Would that be a correct statement?
Yeah, that's generally how I feel about police.
So friends, what do you say about this video? Please share your thoughts with us in the comment box. If you liked our video, then don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to our channel, Truth But Twisted, and press the bell icon. So, see you again with a new video. Till then, bye-bye.